Madrid, a living city, shining, full of stories that time insists on keeping. But among the old streets of the Chueca neighborhood, there is a house unlike any other, silent, watching, and they say inhabited by something that never left, the House of the Seven Chimneys. Built in 1574 by order of Pedro de Ledesma, designed by the architect Antonio Silero, it was one of the first stone civic buildings in the Spanish capital. Decades later, expanded by the Genoese merchant Baltasar Cataneo. The roof, crowned with 7 chimneys, each pointing to a different point in the sky over Madrid. Today, the building is protected as a historic and cultural heritage of Spain, officially recognized as a bien de interés cultural. But its value is not only in its architecture, it lies in what happened within its walls. It is said that Philippe II, the most powerful king of Europe in the 16th century, had a lover, young, beautiful, named Elena. They say the king, to hide her from the court, gave her that house, discreet, luxurious, and far from the eyes of the palace. Elena lived there with her husband, Captain Zapata. But the war took him to Flanders, and he never returned. Alone, Elena began to hear noises, footsteps above the ceiling, whispers coming from the walls, and every night a feeling, as if someone were watching her, until one day she disappeared without a trace. When the servants entered, they found the room in disarray, the floor stained with something dark, and a broken mirror, reflecting emptiness. Elena's body was never found, but the story of the house had only just begun. Centuries later, during a renovation, no one knows exactly if at the end of the 19th century or the mid-20th century, workers heard a hollow sound coming from one of the walls. They knocked again and realized there was something behind it. They began to open the wall. Brick by brick, dust filled the air. And then they found. The skeleton was of a woman, and the coins dated exactly from the time of Felipe II. But what shocked most was the position of the bones, kneeling, as if praying or waiting. The renovation report was brief. Ancient human remains removed without identification. No explanation, no formal investigation, only silence. Since then, the house gained fame and fear. In the 1980s, night shift employees reported lights turning on by themselves, doors slamming shut, and noises that sounded like footsteps walking in the attic. Some claimed to have seen a woman in white among the chimneys. Others heard the sound of something scratching the ceiling, always at the same hour, shortly after 3 in the morning. Priests were called, mediums, investigators, curious onlookers, but no one could prove anything. What is known is that motion sensors were triggered in empty rooms, and security cameras caught shadows that seemed to breathe. Historians reviewed documents. They found real records of the construction, the owners, the renovations, all official, but nothing about Elena. No lover of the king, no missing woman. Yet, the coins, the bones, and the way they were found remain unexplained. Today, the House of the Seven Chimneys houses public offices. Employees come and go every day. They work, they smile, they live. But some say that, on certain nights, the wind passing through the chimneys changes its sound, as if carrying voices, as if someone is still there. Some claim to hear knocks on the walls. 3, always 3, and then silence. Perhaps it is only the echo of the city, or perhaps some secret simply refused to die.